Oh, well, hello, everybody, oh, my wonderful, beautiful broskies of the Maverick Nation, and welcome to part 2 of What If Naruto Had the Curse Mark and Sasuke Had the Nine Tails. Yes, part 2, Metal Gear. I love that. I love that. Yes, part 2 of my, insanely disturbing Naruto series where things go off the wall 100%. Just everything is well, it's the month of spoopiness. It's the month of spoopiness. December is the month of wholesomeness, and October is the month of spoopiness. Spoopy. And seeing as we're in October, the month of spoopiness, I figure do a spoopy what if. Mm. And we can have it alongside the Shippuden part of what if Naruto and Bleach fuse together once episode 10 is done, and after the Shippuden part of what if Naruto and Bleach fuse together is over, we can do episodes 11 and 12, and that would finish season 1 of the EXE Academy. Speaking of which, both episodes 7 and this, both episode 7 of EXE Academy and part 2 of this What If will be coming out on the same day. Yeah, that's great, right, guys? Right? Oh, what else? Anyways, this is part 2. This is basically during the preliminaries, the curse mark seals on Naruto that gets sealed up by Kakashi because still he would still see the need to seal up, and Orochimaru really wouldn't come around because he doesn't really have that much interest in Naruto, but he would be spying around, seeing how Sasuke is doing with the whole Nine Tails chakra. And basically, he would still be spying around, but he wouldn't be, like, in front of Kakashi, doing his whole thing. So, basically, none of that would have happened. But Naruto would have been the one who got the curse mark sealed. Like, the whole thing about willpower and how the curse mark would only be, like, sealed because of, like, the willpower and stuff. Basically, how it works is what they don't know is because of the Uzumaki, the Namikaze, and the Fox chakra, all of that, trying to fight off the curse mark chakra, like was said in the last part, it accidentally created an antibody, which was basically stronger than all 4 of those things put together. It was like they were trying so hard to fight off the curse mark chakra. An antibody which killed all 4 of the chakras was created and literally became its own being within inside Naruto. And like Mindscape Naruto, it was so strong it killed Mindscape Naruto. And now it is the Mindscape Naruto. It literally became the new Mindscape Naruto by killing the previous Mindscape Naruto. And now the fox isn't even there. And it can go in and out. It can go in and outside of the cage whenever it wants. I don't know why it would want to be inside the cage unless it just wants to look at the skeleton bones. The remains of Kurama. Yeah, this antibody being is ridiculously strong. If Kurama could destroy a planet, and the Jinchuriki is supposed to be, with the Tailbeast, stronger than that, and this antibody is all of that, and plus all the other stuff, and even stronger than that, yeah, there's a big problem there. Plus the antibody thing basically Naruto has a ticking time bomb inside of him. That's even worse than the Nine Tails or the Curse Mark put together. And it's kind of unhinged. Like, extremely unhinged. And very, uh, twisted. Basically effed up in the head. So, the whole preliminaries basically stay the same. Except for whenever Naruto makes that vow to win. It's kind of like he, twitches like on the word win. Whenever he says I vow to win, whenever he says win, he twitches, and it's almost like Neji can hear, like almost like someone's behind him. Like whenever Naruto says win and he twitches, Neji can hear the words kill you. Whenever Naruto twitches, whenever he tries to say the word win, behind Neji he can hear someone say the words kill you. So, yeah, the antibody's a sadistic, crazy monster, and it has taken full control over Naruto and will decide whenever and whatever time that he wants to just, go absolute psychopath on anyone and everyone in the Leaf Village. Yeah, looking as if Kurama really would be more merciful. And that is actually a reference to the Rogue Fox Naruto story. That's a reference to that. Anyways, so yeah, Neji is kind of weirded out, but besides that, well, he noticed that Naruto didn't say that because, I mean, he said win, not kill you, because kill you is two words, win is one word, plus, I guess the Byakugan would, give him, super lip flap seeing powers, and he'd be able to tell the difference in between the lip flaps whenever you say win and the lip flaps whenever you say kill you. I'm saying lip flaps because, character lip flaps. It's kind of like a DBZA thing, like the term lip flaps. What I'm doing here, I'm just trying to explain it, but it's being very hard to explain the more I try to explain it. Anyways, so Neji's just slightly confused, and not really worried, just slightly confused. And Naruto was like, "Wait, what was that?" Like, he just felt this weird feeling. It wasn't really pain, but he doesn't know what the feeling was, but it was just this weird feeling of just feeling. A feeling of feeling. It, he doesn't know what it was, so he just calls it a feeling of feeling. And, as for everything that goes as it goes, the whole fight with Naruto and Kiba stays the same. The only real alteration in the preliminaries is that whole altercation with Neji and Naruto. And basically, when everybody is when everybody sees Naruto, they notice that there is something different about him. Like, he just seems kind of like someone who's a schizophrenic. How they just, you know, like, you know, but it's not as bad. It's barely noticeable unless you have the Byakugan or Sharingan. Unless you have a really powerful freaking dojutsu. Unless you're one of those types of ninjas, It's barely freaking noticeable. And that's because the antibody is very, very clever and very, very smart whenever it comes to that kind of stuff. Kind of can't really stop itself. I mean, it's literally giddy at the fact that, I mean, it's kind of like some sort of future sight. Like, it can just tell. Oh, we're gonna fight Neji next, aren't we? We're gonna fight Neji next, aren't we? Oh, it's almost like preordained fate. We're gonna fight Neji next, aren't we? And so, yeah, I just got like really excited. That one moment where Naruto slipped up, where the antibody slipped up, that was just out of pure excitement. Like, oh yeah, oh it's kind of like a slight erection. Like, it's like, oh yeah. It just gets like so enticed by the prospect of killing someone. I told you that this was going to be messed up, that this was going to be a very month of spoopy type what if. Yeah. So the antibody literally gets enticed, gets its jollies from killing things. Not just people, but just killing things in general. Or having Naruto do it, with it possessing his body. And mind and emotions and everything. Just having Naruto watch as it controls his body and makes him just do all these terrible things. Just these immoral acts. Just to get its jollies. And that's basically just how, just, that's how that went. But for the finals, I'm gonna say, well, Neji and Naruto's match was the first match. And I'm gonna say the antibody finds it weird, but it also finds it like, oh, we get the first match. That's even better. We don't even have to wait. We don't even have to wait. And after we've beaten him, we can watch the others fight themselves. Yes, like monkeys in a cage. Yes. Fight for our amusement after we pummeled the Hyuga. Yeah, that's the kind of deranged, sadistic stuff I'm talking about with the antibody. Like, literally, after we kill this guy, fight for our amusement. And basically, even though Neji. Well, actually, I'm gonna say that, I know that guy's name starts with an M. Is it Misumi that Kankuro fought in the preliminaries? I'm gonna say since that guy got the majority of his bones broken. I mean, I know Kankuro said something about break every bone except for your neck, but I'm sure if it was every bone except for the neck, like every other bone, you would be pretty close to dead. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that yeah, that this does not go well for Neji. This does not bode well for him. Because the antibody, like Naruto vowed to win. He was like, I vowed to win. I vowed to defeat Neji. And the antibody is just like, oh yes, we will defeat him. We we won't just defeat him. You and me, we will. I don't even think I can describe it in words. I know a better way to describe it. Let's just kill his ass. Yeah, that's basically how that goes. Just like not even describe it in words, just describe it by actually just doing what it wants to do. To Neji. And because of said thing, halfway like Naruto getting pummeled by Neji's 8 trigrams, 64 palms. And yes, the rotation happens as well, but it's you're in my line of sight or whatever he actually says. 8 trigrams, 64 palms. And like right as Neji gets to the 32 palms, like, and he's about to go 64. wait, what? And now Naruto is gone. And he's like right behind Neji, like right behind him. And he's like, ugh. I thought you were never going to shut up. And then he turns Neji around to face him. And now he's the antibody Naruto on the outside instead of on the inside. And he's just like, I've waited a long time for this, Hyuga. And the reason why I don't call you branch or main is because all of you I see as the same thing. Not just the Hyuga, not just the Uchiha, but all clans in all villages are the same thing. Just a bunch of lousy chatterboxes that need to be put in their place. Now, let's see if you can prove me wrong. Hyuga. And Neji just like, so, that wasn't a fluke. You really did want to kill me. I don't know how you stopped my 8-try and then he just gets stopped again. Will you ever shut up? And then he's just like, well, if you're not going to attack, I guess that means I get to attack now. Go ahead. Use your little dome. See what it gets you. And Neji's like, you want to bet, buddy? And he's like, hey, trigrams, rotation. And then, like, automatically, as soon as he tries the rotation and the dome is formed, it gets stopped with his hand. Uh, uh, uh. So weak. All of you are so very weak. And Neji's like, how are you doing this? And Naruto's just like, fine, if it's the only way I'm going to get you to shut up, then I guess. And then he just grabs Neji by the neck with one hand, pins him to a tree, and he's just like, yeah! And Neji's like, wait, what are you? And that's the last of Neji, because as everyone who's close enough to the battle can hear, including whoever the proctor of the finals was, they can hear the last beats of a heart no longer in one Neji Hyuga's chest, but in the hand of one antibody Naruto. And oh wait, he's reaching back. He has it close to his face. What is he? Oh my god, he's oh no. I always wondered how a heart would taste. Just kidding. I always wondered how any internal organ would taste. And then she just like falls to the ground. Stupid. All of you need your little stupid parts in order to survive. You're so needy. I bet you if someone tried to do that to me, I wouldn't be so needy. Ta-ta! Just poof! Back into regular Naruto, and regular Naruto's like, what just happened? And the proctor's like, by factor of whatever just happened there, Naruto Uzumaki is the winner. And, well, the rest of the Chunin exams, up until Sasuke's fight with Gaara, which basically there's only one other fight, which is Shikamaru versus Denari, which that goes the same as in the original. Shikamaru is too lazy to actually take the win, actually take the W. The main difference with this fight is Gaara can sense that there's something up with Sasuke. And then Sasuke's like, finally, someone notices. I am the other half of the Nine Tails. Nine Tails. And Gaara's like, so you're the Nine Tails, one half. In my body is the sand spirit, Shukaku. Now, let's dance. Play Possum Jutsu. And Sasuke's just like, so, he's done it. And Shikaku's just like, I'm finally free! And Sasuke just like, well, crap. I told him what I was, and now he's going to kill everyone. And off somewhere else, Naruto was just like, that's Shikaku's sand spirit, huh? Hey, AB, what do you think about him? Don't give me such a witless nickname like AB. Well, unless that's the best you can come up with. From what I'm sensing from you, it is. Fine, I guess. AB it is. And about Shikaku, if you're going by tail count, the more tails a tailed beast has, the stronger it is. And there are 9-tailed beasts, going all the way from the 1-tailed Shikaku to the 9-tailed Kurama. And I assume you remember what happened with the fox. So no, I don't think I'll have any problem dealing with that thing. And Naruto's just like, AB, I think I've had enough for one day. And the antibody just like, what? Was someone's still beating heart coming out of their chest too much for... Yes, it was! Thank you very much. That's Naruto's instant reply. And the antibody just like, fine, whatever. And how exactly did you think we're going to necessarily save this mud hut level village that you call a village? Mud hut? The hell you think you're talking to? I'm gonna be the Hokage of that village one day. This village one day. And the antibody's just like, oh, really? Well, you can't be the Hokage of a village if there's not a village left. And Naruto's just like, what do you mean? And the antibody just replies with, watch and see. It just takes over Naruto. Look. Shikaku, come out to play. You know, it would really be nice of you if you were to just come to me. I've already done enough work forcing myself to be in control of you know who. I don't like forcing myself upon my friends, if you know what I mean. I'm not like you, if you even consider that sand child your friend. Very well then. I guess I'm just going to have to find you. Whenever I do, believe me, you're not going to like me whenever I find you. And that is the end of part 2. Adapsis.